So today I'm going to talk to you about dog training. I'm going to talk about the reasons to train your dog, how to train your dog, and how you'll be able to use these tools. So first of all, does anyone have a dog? Dog. Any dogs in your life ever? Maybe you don't even like dogs, which is okay, because I'm going to show you how to train a dog using these proven techniques. But there's ways that you can apply this in your everyday life to other things. But we'll go through first and talk about why it's important to train your dog. And so when you bring a dog home for the first time, a puppy, you'll realize that the dog doesn't speak English. So if you say, "Are you hungry?" the dog is not going to respond. Similar to if you have a baby and you bring a baby into the world, the baby doesn't speak English either. You have to teach the baby words. You have to teach the baby right from wrong. So similarly with dogs, you have to teach them right from wrong to make a good dog. There are some benefits for you in training your dog, and there's some benefits for your dog as well. Personally for me, when I brought my dog home 8 years ago, she drove me insane because she would bite on my pant legs, and I wore these pants on purpose today so I could show you. When I walked down my hall, my dog would chase after my pant legs and latch onto them like she was playing tug-of-war with my pants. It drove me insane. And she would put holes in my pants, and it would be in my pajamas, it would be my work pants, it wouldn't matter. Like she would tug on my pants. And I had to change my behavior, and so like skinny pants were not in style then, so I couldn't really like change my pants. Like that's all I had. So after that, we signed up for clicker training. I don't know if you've heard about clicker training. So this is my dog. Okay, so statistics about dogs. So I really thought seriously, my dog was driving me crazy, and I thought about giving her up. So I thought, this is my dog, Izzy. But really, like the majority of dogs are surrendered young. So like people that have dogs, like puppies have a lot of energy, and they don't understand. They don't have manners yet, so because they haven't been trained. And a lot of these dogs that are surrendered, the majority have never had training, and so of course they're going to be bad, and of course parents are going to give them up. And so this was statistics from Pet Finder. And so, have you ever heard of clicker training? Forgot to get it. So clicker train, have you seen one of these before? So it's like a click, and if you, I'll pass this around. So if you push on this click, it's like the dog recognizes that that's the specific behavior you want to reward. And so like I'll just go through what this means. So like if you're trying to train your dog, once they do a desired behavior, so if you're trying to get your dog to stand, as soon as your dog lifts its front paws off the ground, so it doesn't know the word stand, once it lifts its paws off the ground, you would click the dog, the thing that it did, and then you give the dog a treat. And the dog would learn that, okay, you clicked, I got something, and the click is the thing that you're recognizing. And so if you wanted to add a word to it to say, stand is what I want you to do, you can add the word stand. Once your dog stands, you can click and give it a treat. And so you just taught your dog a word. And this is how you train dogs with clicker training, and it's really effective. It's very quick. So before I trained my dog with clicker training with pants, as you can imagine, there's not a lot of books out there. If you search on websites, how do you get your dog to stop biting your pants? There's not a lot of hits out there that tell you how to get your dog to stop biting your pants. And so with the clicker training, I was able to teach my dog off. And so off means take a step back. And so once the dog took this step back, it realized that, okay, well that's off. And now we use the word off to train the dog a lot of things. Like we can train her to jump off, get off the furniture, to get off clothes. There are some foods that are dangerous to dogs. So if we drop an onion on the ground on accident, we can say off, and the dog won't get the onion, which is good for the dog. So great training mechanism. So the key lessons really with clicker training are that you want to reward the behaviors that you want to see more of, like the good behaviors. You want to make sure that you recognize a specific behavior, and the clicker allows you to recognize specific behavior, and you want to reward the dog immediately. You can't click today and give them a treat tomorrow, because it's not going to associate the treat with the click the previous day. And also, you don't want to reward negative behavior. It's very important that when you're clicker training your dog, you're not rewarding the bad things that you don't want to occur again. And so you might ask yourself, what does this mean to me? I don't have a dog. And so I'll show you. So, I'm not there yet, sorry. So now that you know these techniques, how to train your dog, let's talk about the things that you can train your dog. So a lot of common ones like sit, lay down, roll over, fetch. We have some dogs that can skateboard or surf. My dog, I look at pose in picture. For picture, she hates clothes, but she wears them knowing that she's going to get a treat afterwards. And she knows where the treats are, and when I take the clothes off her, she runs back and she waits for her treat. And she can also, we can teach her to root for the Giants during football season. And so you might say, okay, I don't have a dog, these are cool things, but I don't have a dog, and I'm not getting a dog, so I don't have a house yet maybe. And so what are you going to do with these tools? And so there's actually the Big Bang Theory that they kind of went through some of these techniques. I'll show you the video quickly.
What's this cartoon called again? Oshikuru Demon Samurai.
It's not a cartoon, it's anime.
Anime. You know, I knew a girl in high school named Anime. Anime Fletcher. She was born with one nostril. Then she had this bad nose job and basically wound up with three.
You're here a lot now.
Oh, am I talking too much? I'm sorry. Sit.
Thank you. Chocolate?
Yes, please.
Okay, that goes on a little bit more, but so you can use the same techniques. I'm not saying that you should train your friends like their dogs, but I'm saying that the techniques that Sheldon used align with the key lessons. He's rewarding positive behavior right away as soon as she does a positive behavior, and he's not rewarding negative behavior. He's not rewarding her talking, he's rewarding her not talking, and he's rewarding her with a piece of chocolate. So, relatable. One other idea, if you think about this, would be, so say someone packs a lunch for you, and they pack a lunch of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And so you love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And so you can, how would you respond to a person that packed a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for you if you want more peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Would you not thank them because they're just doing their job? Would you say thanks, but not say thanks specifically? Or would you say thanks for packing my lunch, peanut butter and jelly is my favorite? C. Right, C. So thanks is always a good response, but you could have been thanking them for making your lunch, and next time you're going to get an egg salad sandwich. But you're thanking them for the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and so that should ensure that you get more peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Also, when would you respond? Would you respond right away, or would you respond in a few months? Right? Because if you respond in a few months, they might not remember that they packed your lunch. Okay, so let's recap what we talked about. So the reasons to train your dog, we talked about quality time with your dog, being able to set boundaries, you'll likely have a happier dog. How to train your dog, we talked about reinforcing and rewarding positive behavior, responding quickly, and making sure that you don't respond to negative behavior. And the ways to apply these techniques, what you get out of it is you get to teach your dog new tricks, and